Today I effed up by keeping my son's fish alive. I am a 26-year-old single parent to a way too smart for me 5-year-old boy. I mean it. This kid makes me feel like a effing idiot. And this story reaffirms that. Also, he has the biggest heart. He is the most empathetic kid I have ever met. He once cried that he often inchworm he named Willie and still brings him up 6 months later. This mess up is about at 2.5 months in the making, truthfully. I just happened to realize the mess up today. Anyways. Kid's been wanting a dog. Specifically, an old English sheepdog. I don't just yet, I'd prefer we own the house we're in before getting a dog, so we compromised and got fish. They were cool colors, they glowed in the dark, they were low maintenance and best of all they were cheap. We got 3 fish, a pink one named Stella, a yellow one named Sunny, and an orange one named Klaus, obviously. We verified that the tank was the correct size for the 3 fish and declined the offer for 2 more at the store. Kiddo did great feeding them a pinch of food once a day and all was good. Until a week later, Sunny was found floating upside down and looking like he was scalped or something. The whole top side of this fish's head was just gone. I don't know if maybe poor Sunny got too close to the filter and was scalped or what could have happened, but he went to fish heaven. My son was devastated. I let him know that Sunny was a great fish and that he loved him for the time he took care of him and he was a great fish owner. We take him down to the river we live on and laid him to rest. Flash forward to the next week-ish, Stella is dead. Not sure why, but it does not look like she went peacefully. Her eyes were all bulgy and looked like she was gasping for water when she went, her mouth was like wide open. Obviously this isn't what happened because fish don't breath that way. But I digress. This leads to a second equally tragic and emotional farewell funeral for my son. At this point I'm considering bribing Klaus to stay alive because I don't know how many more fish funerals my son, and I, if I'm being honest, can deal with. However, Klaus seemed to be alive and kicking. Or swimming, whatever. All was well. Then, I noticed one day that there was a little, tiny fish swimming around with Klaus. About 6 of them. I'm mystified and don't know what happened, kinda annoyed, but I googled whether this particular fish from the store we got them at can lay eggs and it says yes, so I guess we're now the proud owners of 6 to 8 new fish. Within a month of buying these fish, Klaus is now also dead. Also appears to be scalped somehow? He has no scales on the top of his head. At this point, also, we somehow have about a dozen of these little baby fish. Now we just go through the funeral nice and quick and deal with it. I assume now we're going to dump the tank and get rid of these little fish that I didn't want to begin with. Kiddo disagrees. It's his fish's babies and we need to care for them. Damn that empathetic heart he has. I'm reluctant, but I guess I don't see a problem in keeping them. I'm pretty annoyed Klaus got knocked up and died shortly after giving birth to these fish, like what in a hole? But it is what it is. My son continues to feed these fish every day and keeps up with his responsibility. It's now 2 months down the road and I noticed tonight that the fish haven't gotten any bigger and there are a ton more baby fish in this tank. Coincidentally, we have also been getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. I mean we are covered. We wake up with more bites every day. Yep, I know you know where this is going. If you don't you're as dumb as me. I called my son's dad to complain about the ridiculous amount of babies this a whole fish left for me to deal with. He happens to not be a total effing idiot and let me know that mosquitoes mate and breed in sitting water and I should probably check it out. Another quick Google search pops up all these ugly effers. We've been feeding for 2 months now. Turns out, Klaus didn't have babies. A mosquito got into the tank and had babies in Klaus's home. I shit-talked Klaus for 2 months because he or she had babies and died. R.I.P. Klaus. I also allowed my son to feed the same mosquitoes that were eating the shit out of us. I hosted a giant effing mosquito orgy breeding party in my 5-year-old's room for nearly 2 months. The only thing I don't understand is that we have a filter on our tank so it wasn't sitting water. It doesn't even matter at this point. I am a defeated person. The mosquitoes have driven me to a point of paranoia I don't even want to discuss, but I will. I have stayed up at night in a completely dark house, sitting in my bathroom with a flashlight focused on a wall just to smash these bastards with a fly swatter for a week now. I have walked around with a fly swatter in my belt loop to be prepared for these holes. I see them in the corner of my eye when they aren't there. The buzzing is the theme songs of my nightmares. Just to find out today I was torturing my own self. I was the cause of my own undoing. Today, I effed up. The last 70 days of my life, I effed up. Tonight, I yeeted a fish tank full of not Klaus's baby fish over the back balcony into the yard and we'll deal with it tomorrow. We should have just gotten the effing dog.